Hi guys, welcome back to Golden Reviewer. Recently I did some tests of Genshin Impact on the M1 iPad Pro, and a lot of my subscribers actually asked me how was the graphics quality like. Because some of them, they heard that the M1 iPad Pro has a very great graphics quality on Genshin Impact that is almost comparable or even exceeding the PC version. So today we are going to do this comparison and just focus on the graphics quality and not the performance. As you can see here, I've turned on every possible graphics settings on PC and iPad Pro M1, and let's compare the screen recordings. Here is our first set of scene. I think the most apparent difference in this scene is that the shadows and the textures and all the models that are far away looks much better on PC. And then if you look a bit more closely, the character textures are also sharper on PC. So another thing that you can notice on this iPad Pro is that the stuff will keep loading, the objects like the stones and the trees, right? It will keep loading as you move, and it's quite obvious that they will suddenly pop up from nowhere, while this is not so apparent on PC. And here I'll stop a while for you to have a better look at the rendering distance of the trees, the grass, the shadows, and all the textures that are far away. You can tell that it's indeed much better on PC comparing to the iPad Pro.
工作还没有做完，真的可以提前休息吗？
Okay, our next set of scene is inside of Mondstadt, and I think this is much more apparent. Just follow my arrows and check out the texture, like the windmill or the roof of the horse. You can see that on iPad Pro it's just a blurry mess, right? There is no model, no texture, nothing at all. While on PC you get a ton of details, so it's much detailed. Next, let's compare this night scene at Liyue City. I think it's quite easy to tell that iPad Pro is lacking a lot of the lighting effects, right? To be honest, I don't know about the exact name, whether it's volumetric light or it's reflection or something. But you can tell that on PC, the overall atmosphere is just more realistic and it's more immersive. Well, on the iPad Pro, it's just pretty dull. The light does not reflect, it does not light up the street as the way it should. Okay, so that's all the scenes I wanted to show you in this comparison. We can see that indeed the iPad Pro mobile client of the game cannot compare with PC in terms of graphics qualities. I think one thing to note is that the iPad Pro M1 does have a very high resolution when it's set to highest settings, but we can see that a lot of the graphics effects are missing. So a high resolution doesn't necessarily mean a very good graphics. Okay, so hope you enjoyed the comparison video, and remember to subscribe to my channel if you haven't. Thanks for watching and see you next time.